Okay, good evening, folks. It's late o'clock now, later in the day that I recorded that last video about the whole infestation nonsense. So, I just wanted to give you an update on that, and sorry if at any point in the video a leaf blower starts blowing. My retarded neighbors are once again pushing the boundaries of what it means to be retarded and making all kinds of noise. There was also a car that just would not shut up with the beeping earlier, and it was so stupid. And I have the windows closed right now, by the way, just to give you an idea. If I opened them up, it would be even worse. So, yeah, I took on an entire swarm of flies today. I'm not kidding about that. They weren't all big flies. Like, when you think of a fly, you think of this giant thing that eats your meat, and now you have maggots all over the place. Yeah, there were some like that, but they weren't all like that. They were small, most of them. They were about the size of fruit flies, well, a little bigger. They were a little bigger than fruit flies, but they were dark. And I don't know what types of flies those are. And it was just so weird, them just coming out of fucking nowhere like that. Like yesterday, I noticed a couple flying around, and I honestly didn't think too much of it. I thought, oh, there's just a couple bad lemons in the fruit basket. That's probably the reason for it. So then today, I wake up, there's some here, some there, and I don't know why, but I still didn't think too much of it. I think it's because I was so tired at the time. But when I get home, my mother tells me, what the fuck? There's flies everywhere. What's going on here? So I'm like, what? So they were primarily coming out of my bathroom, which is the guest bathroom, for whatever fucking reason. So I went out to get the tape, the fly tape from Family Dollar, and I recorded that whole video. You can watch the last one. That one's kind of a mess. I know I'm bouncing up and down everywhere, and that, but yeah, that kind of explained the whole situation. So I got home and we put up two of the 10 rolls that were in the package. One went up in the kitchen and one went up in my bathroom, which seemed to be the primary place. And I'd caught three that were just flying around just by leaving the tape there for about half an hour. But then I realized, you know what? There's so many flying around that I think I'm gonna do this myself. So I grabbed the tape. Now I had the tape hanging by a shower hook, by like a shower curtain hook. I'm talking this little thing here. I just want to get that. So I hung it up on this little thing because the tape is really sticky. And hi, Moon. So, because the tape is sticky, I didn't want to just grab it with my bare hand, so I kind of gave, kind of came with its own little rope. So I hung it up on this pit and I held the other end by like the little case it came in because that didn't come off. So I think you get what I'm talking about. So I ended up going around the house and methodically grabbing with the tape. I just held it up close enough to where the flies could just, if they wanted to fly away, they would just fly straight into it. Because here's the thing, these flies, for whatever reason, are extremely, extremely smart. They're not just like the big flies you see that where it's like one little thing moves and they go flying all over the place, everywhere, every way, whatever the fuck. These flies, they're very calculated, and I don't like that because I actually have to strategize for this. So I had to hold the tape up close enough to them to where if they wanted to fly away, they would just fly right into the tape, and at that point, they're just dead because there's no escaping that tape. So I had to do that for all the flies I could find, and that took me about an hour and a half. And it was exhausting because I just kept going back and forth around the house a million times. Flies here, flies there, and I searched every possible hiding spot that they could go to. There were some, we have a table at the front of the house, and there were some hiding under there. It was fucking bizarre. These things knew what the fuck they were doing, and I think that's the scariest part of this whole thing, is they like fucking plan this out sort of thing. So, over about an hour and a half, I was able to grab over 50 flies. Yes, 50 flies. That's a lot of flies. They're small, but still, the fact that there's 50 flying around the house means what the fuck? So I took a short break at that point, and about an hour later, they started popping up again. And I'd already thrown the tape roll out at that point, so I said, fuck it. I'm going into this head first with a kitchen rag, and I just swatted all of those fuckers down. Whenever I saw one, it was just immediately charge head first right at it and just swat the fucking thing and hope you hit it. And if you didn't, you try again. And you hunt those fuckers down until they're all gone. And that's what I did. So today, I cleared out an entire infestation of flies. The additional flies that I killed with the kitchen rag came out to about, 20? Something like that. 20, 25. So, all in all, I killed about 70, 75 flies today. 10 of them were the big ones. Yeah, for whatever reason, the big ones were hanging by the windows. I don't know how the fuck they got in, but for whatever reason, they were there. And there was a lot of them as it turned out. And some of them were craftier than others, and they hit up. But I had a solution to that by just throwing the rag at them, catching it, they come down, and they're fucking dead. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a bit of a late o'clock update in there. If anything else happens, I'll let you know. I'm about to go for another patrol watch right now, just to see if there's any other flies that have popped up. And if there are, you know what's going to happen to them. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.